Okay, today we will talk about our topic about demand and supply. So first we talked about the change of the demand and supply and how do we think about that, okay? To go further, let's share whether you need this video. Okay, so can you understand what is the change in demand and the change in quantity demand? Do you know the difference between them? Or can you explain or the change of demand and supply through the diagram? Can you draw the diagram? Or can you show the excess demand or excess supply in the diagram? If you can do that, all this, we can explain this, then just go to the exam past paper. Here we have to learn about the basic logic of our demand supply. Actually, do not try to memorize all the diagram. Actually, it's not, because demand supply diagram is a analysis tools. So we have to learn about the tools. That is a BCC. And actually, what are BCC? They are background, B for background, C for change, and C for consequence. Okay, so actually, this is a causal relationship analysis. When something when there is something at the beginning and something change, and we have the result, and we have to understand that because according to what we learn, this is only limited possibilities. For example, at the background, at the very beginning, we are going to identify the market, and then we try to identify whether there is excess demand or supply. If yes, that is a beginning. If no, then that means the market is in the equilibrium. Then next, there should be something change in the correction because you have to analyze the effects of that. So what are the changes? Only three categories: change in price, demand, or supply. So if this is not a change in price, then this should be demand or supply. And lastly, we are talking about the result because we can analyze the effects of the changes in different dimensions: price, quantity, total revenue, excess demand or supply. So many different things. Okay, let's learn from examples. Okay, here we have a real example. It's a past paper. Then the first step, we are trying to find the background, and the background first identify the market. So what product or service is talking about here? It should be talking about the universities and the place of university. Okay, after reading the question, you know the focus. Normally, it exists at the later part of the question. So university places, and then secondly, you have to identify whether it's excess demand or supply. According to the question, is so that there's a change in the shortage. That means at the beginning that is shortage. Okay, so according to what we have, we should draw the diagram first. That's because this is a shortage. So we draw a diagram with a shortage. Okay, shortage, it should be the price below the equilibrium. Then we have a Q1 and Q2. Then actually we understand that Q1 should be the quantity transact. Okay. Then second, let's find the changes. In the question, it tell us that the university begin to admit a large number of their mainland students. Okay, so here is there something change. Okay, and also it said that the student pay the same tuition fees. Okay, so that means there's two different things. Okay, the first thing is about they begin admit their mainland students. That means for the university places, there is more. Think about more user or more supplier. These students, they are users, they are consumers. So it should be belong to the demand change, and they will have a more demand of the university. Okay, so and the next thing is they have the same tuition fee. Tuition fee, that means it's the price of the university places. So it's the price, but you have it doesn't change anymore. Okay, so then we try to draw the things in the diagram. Okay, first about the demand increase, we try to draw demand. This D2 here, so this is D1. Then after that, we have because the price doesn't change, that means P2 is still here, but we try to extend the line. Okay, extend here. Then we have Q3. Okay, so the beginning shortage is the yellow one. That is a shortage one. Okay, then after that, we have shortage 2. Okay, so according to the question, let's find out the consequence. The consequence asks about that. Okay, illustrate the above change in the shortage. What is the changes? That is the problem of shortage become worsen. That means the shortage increase, right? So now let's look at the diagram. Shortage one here shorter. Shortage 2 here is longer distance. That means the shortage become worsened. That means that the problem is becoming bigger. Okay, so actually we already finished how to draw the diagram. Actually, you cannot memorize this diagram, but you can memorize the step: find out the market and the beginning situation. That's the background. Find out what's the change and try to identify there is there a change in demand or any change in price. Then go to consequences to find out what is the question. You have to respond to the question. And that is the basic of demand and supply.